What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the TEC High School series here for week number 3 of our awesome high school action. We are here on Tuesday, so you know it's time for some Rocket League, but you know what else it's time for? Us up here in the cast booth. My name is Llama77. We also got Hot Sauce in here, the amazing mustache man. Hot Sauce, how are we doing today?
Oh, doing great. Glad to be back in the booth. We had a lot of exciting Valorant action yesterday. Today, it's all about Rocket League. We got a couple D1 games, and we're going to sprinkle in a little D2 action as well. But this first game, Winber taking on Penn Trafford. 0-2 for Winber, looking for that first dub. Penn Trafford 1-1 on the season as well. Going to be a plethora of talent out on the pitch today. Certainly excited to get this first one underway.
I'm really excited. I mean, two teams that are hungry and looking to prove themselves that are also staples of the TEC series. So we'll see if they can pick up this win here today. Of course, we're playing a best of 5, so you got to win 3 without losing 3 if you want to take the series dub. But talking about this first game, Hot Sauce, you got to get going quickly.
Got to get going quickly indeed. We always look for those more aggressive teams, that faster paced, high-flying action, so to speak. And look at Random coming out as we're talking about it, putting on an absolute display here within the first 8 seconds.
This is just beautiful. The aerial control to match and pops that one in. You talked about that aggressive nature. Well, Winber is showing it. They wanted the lead real badly, and they are going to get it. Not only that, you're going to get a kickoff win, a couple kickoff wins to get them some extra pressure. How is Penn Trafford going to respond?
Yeah, I was talking to Winber a little bit before the game got going, and they're at 0-2 on this season so far. They're incredibly hungry for this win. They've been putting in work here during their off time. We'll see if it's going to pay off. Just 30 seconds off the clock. A nice little move by Johnny, the razzle-dazzle, though able to find the equalizer.
This is huge. Johnny has the little bit of U-turn, pops it past 2 that extend too far, but the demolition as well to deny that third defender. A whole team play there, and it's going to be tied up 1-1. Penn Trafford came to play too.
Yeah, we knew both of these teams very evenly matched here, and they're not disappointing already in the first 30 seconds. Both teams able to find a goal, looking for a little action off the backboard here. Random will pop this one up at midfield, but can't quite get the touch they need here as now the ball traveling in the other direction across midfield. Nightmare going for this one. Unfortunately, does go a little by this one, and now Johnny will have an opportunity of their own.
Johnny went aerial, could not find the sauce to get it in. That secondary touch goes towards the crossbar as well. Trying to slow things down after the first minute has passed, and we're tied on up, but this one might just roll on in. Random sends it to the right post, saves it away, and the defense pays off for Winber.
Random just coming in there and getting it by the grasp of the bumper. Barely able to keep his team alive here on this one. Looking to read this one as well. We'll find a stop to slow it down a bit. Nightmare tucked into the corner. Will re-up on the boost, but Hunter reads the play at midfield. Keeps it alive here in front of the net. A nice pass from Johnny. Unfortunately, they can't quite knock this one down. Nightmare looking for that counter opportunity. Right now, though, Penn Trafford looking to control the pace of the game.
Get back in that offensive zone, trying to control it, but another one towards this crossbar. Man, the woodwork, the fourth defender putting in work here for Winber. They need to slow things down. They need to get back towards their offense after that first shot. It has been all Penn Trafford. They have racked up 7 shots, that goal, and a lot of offensive time, but the rolling, dangerous, transitioning ball, I feel like, is what Winber need to get back to.
Now we'll see Penn Trafford looking to put on an attack of their own. A nice shot here on the net. Nightmare somehow comes up with a beautiful save. They'll make the 50 stand here as well and find a way to just alleviate a little bit of that pressure, but right back at it, Penn Trafford. They have been absolutely relentless on the offensive side of things here. And once more fighting for position at midfield. Nightmare with a shot again, and Pinchman will find the save here once more.
Really huge save, I gotta say. Winber starting to find their offense. This back and forth between these two teams. No goal since that early minute marker, but as we say it, Benjamin is gonna find one of their own off of Johnny's incredible 50-50 play.
Yeah, just a little past halfway here as well. Penn Trafford being down 1-0 has fought their way back in this one. Now up 2-1 as we get ready for the kickoff here once more. Nightmare will slightly win the 50, look to recollect the boost. Benjamin up top carrying across midfield, looking for the pass to Hunter. Nearly connects, but this one just a little off the mark.
Bit wide, a little bit off the accuracy. However, you still got the lead for Penn Trafford. If you can keep up this offense nearing the end of this game, this first game could be yours. That was that early goal scored, the 8-second marker for Winber. They need to start to find it once again. They were attacking the air a lot, and Random has been absolutely successful on that defensive side. 5 saves towards their name. I'd be excited to see if they can get in that transition, make a couple more. This save, bouncing crossbar again. Somehow it doesn't go in.
Now we know how that crossbar loves to get in on the action. The most valuable post and knocking out the net once more. Pinchman and Johnny will clutch it up here. Too many second and third chance opportunities for Penn Trafford. They continue to capitalize, and now with just 87 seconds on the clock, they'll be up by 2.
By 2, some time left to go, but you know what we say, Hot Sauce, the most valuable post, it can be valuable to you, and it can also be valuable towards your opponent. It's a nice touch there and a nice score to extend that lead here for Winber. What do you got in the air? What offense do you have to show us? A minute and 15 to try and score some. Johnny with the steal towards the left post and makes the lead 3.
Yeah, very close game to start this out, but Penn Trafford's starting to run away with it. They're having a lot of success on these long running breakaway plays, and unfortunately the defense not able to get back in time. Maybe just need to work on those rotations a little bit. We've seen some great aerial control here from Random as well. Now they just got to piece it together for a full 5 minutes.
One more minute, maybe they can get a goal here at the end to try and transition that momentum in towards that next game. Like you said, playing for a full consistent 5 minutes. That's what Rocket League is all about, and the offense starting to come alive here for Penn Trafford. The passing plays, the slice and dice, and just the ability to work off the backboard adds a fit.
Yeah, Johnny just sneaks that one right in there as well off that Benjamin assist, and it seems like Penn Trafford really starting to click here now, working very, very well together at the moment. A little less than a minute on the clock. We see Riot going for that one. Will blow on by, maybe just a little too mustard on that one. Random nearly connects here as well. Unfortunately, the stars don't quite align. They'll be down by 4 still.
And we've talked about them here in this game, that even if they don't connect, like you said, in that last play, they've just been able to get so many great opportunities, so many great shots, and so many great defensive saves as well. This one bouncing dangerously, water falling down off of that backboard. Benjamin gonna look for the clear with 30 seconds left to go.
Yeah, Penn Trafford most likely going to seal the deal on game number 1, but Winber had a lot of success early on in that last match, and Random, again, has some really quality shots. Unfortunately, none of them falling just yet, but, you know, I think if Winber can play a full 5 minutes like they did in that first minute of this game, they can certainly find a lot of success.
They can find some. We'll see, though. This one is just bouncing down, like you said. 0s on the clock. And a double-digit shooting game for Penn Trafford is going to net them the victory here in game number 1. Important to note, like we said, we are playing a best-of-5, so only that first game, and Winber did show some really good offense throughout that series. So, like you said, if they can play that full 5 minutes, just consistent Rocket League like they played in that first and last minute, we could have a whole different series on our hands.
I mean, Johnny had 9 shots alone, 15 combined across the team as well. So Winber just needs to, maybe, as we often talk about, find those bumps, find those demos, find a way to just create a little bit of confusion on that other side of things, and just maybe find a way to slow the offense down of Penn Trafford a little bit.
Got to try and find a way. Penn Trafford looking to go up early here in this series. Again, if they win this next game, it puts Winber in such a tough position. They would have to pull off that reverse sweep, one of the toughest things to do in all of Rocket League. But the nice thing about Rocket League, you always get to reset the scores back to 0 and get a fresh 5 minutes to do your work.
A fresh 5 minutes indeed has been placed on the clock. Random through the air once more, won't connect, and again, just a wide open backfield. I'm not sure where the defense is kind of falling apart here, but again, just maybe some of these simple rotations, just slightly out of place. Nobody again in front of that net, and just an easy goal here for Penn Trafford.
It's not only the rotations from Winber, it's the passing from Penn Trafford. That their passing plays not only has, Johnny, you mentioned, had those 9 shots in the previous game, but they're looking for each other in space. They're finding those short passing plays to get up the field, and then Winber just unable to intercept because they are so quick and so fast. However, that is only the first goal. Still tons of time here for Winber to try and respawn. Hunter, a really nice pop on out, but Random looking for steals at every single moment. Almost had that passing play centered.
Almost got it centered, but just couldn't quite get it here. And now Johnny on the counterattack over to defenders. And there it is, the double commit. Pinjamin will capitalize on the opportunity. We'll take one more look at it here in the replay. You can see that double commit coming out from Winber. And, you know, unfortunately, two defenders up in the air kind of opens up that net that we talked about. And Penn Trafford just seemingly kind of capitalizing on every opportunity in front of them.
Really do seem to be off the backboard, double touch. No, random shot goes towards left post, but back towards that goal. I mean, Penn Trafford, once again, Johnny the entire time is just looking for a pass. Even though it seems like it's a shot, it's so tough for those defenders to read on that back foot. It gives them the second goal here for Penn Trafford, and a different story throughout this first minute. Demos and saves still going to be the MO of Winber. They are going to need to find some offense, get it upfield here, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Getting upfield, getting opportunities. Now they just need to find a way to get the ball into the back of the net. Nobody here in front of the net once more, though, and Random will have to come in with a dirty save here. Tucked into the corner, Random looking to push it out, will recollect a boost, but Pinjamin trying to keep this drive alive. There's Hunter, one defender to beat. Johnny will keep this one back in here. Pinjamin looking to strike in front of the net and does. Penn Trafford firing on all cylinders.
It's these passes that are letting them fire on all cylinders. The off the wall right to Benjamin. Johnny huge on these assists again. Has the goal, has 2 assists, 3 shots as well. Feeling good for Penn Trafford early in this game and already starting to build up a mountainous lead. Winber trying to deal with this aerial onslaught and the passing plays. Getting the clears has to be very important. At the same time, Random has had some incredible saves, 3 already to their name.
Yeah, not just incredible saves, but really great aerial control. We see him flying through the air right there, attacking the net. And, you know, Random really showing some great skill sets out there. Unfortunately, they just can't seem to find the back of the net. And once more, Penn Trafford on the attack. Hunter gets to rest this one down, finds ease, the pass right back to him. The chip shot. Oh, a nightmare somehow finds the save. And I didn't think they were going to get there in time, but Winber somehow does.
Lumbo pops it off the left post, says the speed to match there. Love to see that for sure. 3 goals already recorded, half this game left to play for Winber. I have to see their offense getting forward, contesting on these backward touches. It looks like Benjamin going aerial again, has a decent bit of boost to work with, and is just going towards the back of the net. The passing play to Johnny is denied and read the entire way through.
Yeah, now Nightmare with a nice chip shot into the corner off the post, though. Unfortunately, crossbar down, can't quite connect. Trying to get back in time. Johnny with a chip shot. And again, channeling his inner Lionel Messi. Johnny has just been an absolute menace out here today.
I mean, Johnny has been involved on every single goal that Penn Trafford has scored. 2 of them going Johnny's way, 2 of them on the assisting side. 5 shots as well. A lot of score built up already, and a lot of score on that scoreboard. A nice healthy lead for themselves. However, Winber showing that they can send some dangerous clears down the field. If you start to let them get these demos, if you start to let them get this offense, if you start to let them get in this groove, it could be spelling trouble for the rest of the series.
Trouble for the rest of the series indeed. Penn Trafford right now putting on a showcase performance as they're again up 4-0. Nightmare looking to battle across midfield. Hunter finds the demo, helps open up the net. Pinjamin looking to find the attack. The ball does get a little bit away from him. Random looking for the save and will have just enough to get it away from that net, but it's not too far before Hunter looking to continue this pressure. And Penn Trafford's just been so relentless here today.
They really have. As soon as they get on towards that offensive control, they don't give it up. They look for those passing plays, and it's so tough to try and read these short passing plays because they just keep on going one after another. And it's not only that they're so tough to read, they're so hard to get in front of that. That's why the pressure seems so hard to get through, is because every single time the flow is going the direction of Penn Trafford, and it's going to result in a goal this time.
Yeah, I believe that's another hat trick here for Johnny. Again, we saw him really put on a clinic in game number 1, just kind of continuing that momentum forward here into game number 2 as well. And I mean, it's been nearly 4 minutes without a score here in game number 2 for Winber.
It's going to continue off the kickoff. Johnny is still going to keep their 100% record of being involved on every single goal. Not only has the hat trick, but has the 4th for them too. going to be the 2 assists as well on the scoreboard. Winber, I mean, they were battling really, really hard in this game. It's just so tough to score this many goals this late in the game. And you talk about the series in general, where Penn Trafford might have started out a little bit slow, but if they win this game, Hot Sauce, they're up 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, sitting at match point, ready to take it, get out those brooms, so to speak. And again, we saw Wimber start off, very nicely in that first minute of game number 1. But once Penn Trafford seemed to click, the whole team just working so well together and really haven't slowed up a bit. We see Johnny already down here on the attack now on the back pedal, But again, 6-0 with only 30 seconds left. Yeah, you can find maybe a goal or two, but there's still just not enough time to bring game number 2 back.
Enough time here for game number 2, but maybe you have enough time to do something that can transition into game number 3. A goal here late, some demos. I love to see the explosions out there on the field. Maybe you can just get something that helps you on out. Right now, just going to coagulate in the corner. Johnny's going to go for one more. Under 10 seconds left to go, and maybe one final clear to come through from Winber. The shot and offense is actually pushing up towards the backboard, but Johnny almost lets it fall. Gets one more bounce before zeros. Keeping it up, keeping the play going, playing the rule zero to the best of their ability. Random trying to keep it to the teammates, but it's actually a passing play. Johnny steals it and will seal the deal with the 7th goal for Penn Trafford.
Yeah, again, Penn Trafford just playing so well together. Johnny has just been an absolute menace out on the field as well again today. And, I think Winber, again, has to find a way to get Riot now just a little more involved. Both of these games hasn't had many shots or saves and just kind of trying to find their place on the team at the moment. So, if I'm Winber, I'm telling Riot right now to go up there, get involved, find a bump, find a demo, just hit the goalie if you see him kind of standing in front of the net. But anything they can do to just kind of hype up Riot a little bit and just get him a little more involved.
See if they can get that third player involved here going into game number 3. Of course, like we said throughout this series, Penn Trafford now up 2-0. They have a chance to close everything out right here, right now. But it's what we always say, Hot Sauce. The reverse sweep, it's tough. It's one of the harder things to do, but you start it one game at a time. You win this next game, and then you can win the next game, and then that momentum can carry you all the way throughout the series.
Yeah, if you can take this first game, you as you mentioned, you kind of build a little bit of that momentum. That second game a little tougher, but if you're able to get 2 in a row, then things all of a sudden look much, much more feasible. And then, as you mentioned again, that momentum kind of shifting in your favor. So certainly a feasible thing from Winber, but no easy task ahead of them because Penn Trafford, at least today, has been playing absolutely near perfect.
Near perfect indeed. Had a little bit of a slow start like we mentioned, but this next game is going to be important for both teams. Like we said, Penn Trafford has that ability to close it out. Winber has been starting to show that offense, and like you said, they got a little bit of time here to maybe talk about how they're going to get VX Riot involved in the next game. And I think it is, like you said, get that physicality. Just go get some bumps, go get some demos. The rest of the team has been doing that, and that can allow Random some of that open space where we've seen Random have that control up in the sky. We'll have to see it here in game number 3.
Yeah, game number 3 is upon us, and already both teams heading out to midfield very quickly. Nightmare punched into the corner, looks for a second opportunity. Johnny, though, will find the defensive stop and kick it out to the corner. Now off the sidewall, booming across midfield. Hunter up into the air, nice pass play, but Benjamin unfortunately running out of boost. Hunter as well, and now starved into the corner. Random looks to carry out, finds the chip over one defender into the air. There's that beautiful control we talked about. Couldn't quite get the double tap. Nightmare looking for the second chance opportunity, but a bit of a double commit that doesn't come back to haunt him this time.
Doesn't come back to haunt him, but man, that offense starting to find its mark. Benjamin, though, the pass, the double touch, and the lay in for Hunter. Penn Trafford respond with some offense of their own.
Winber playing very nicely throughout this first 40 seconds. Unfortunately, we talk about some of these minor mistakes on defense, and we see it there again in front of the net, kind of allowing that net to be wide open. Penn Trafford, again, they've just nearly capitalized almost on every opportunity in front of them. Very, very dangerous out here today. They'll find the first one in game 3 as they look to close it out in sweeping fashion.
Close it out quickly. Johnny finds a little soft spot in the top right corner. Unassisted, but the teammates were there. The little pop off the back of the car. Again, so tough for the opponents to read. Only one defender there. You either have to bite for that top right corner or play the other defender off of that pass. so absolutely tough. And Penn Trafford, they've been making people make those tough decisions all season long. Winber has 4 minutes to come back from this 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, you know, some of those chip shots, you know, at least up here in the booth or watching at home, they seem like they're going slow. They seem like you might be able to stop them, but when you're in the game of things, it's really just mere seconds to react and react correctly as well. So not as easy as it might look on the screen. And Trafford is certainly making it look easy here today. Johnny on the counterattack once more, up into the air. Nightmare looks to find the stop, has a little help here as well from randoms, and they'll dodge a bullet and a goal here.
Another bullet, get back down the field. It's been that Winber defense that has been able to hold down enough, not allow more goals. Random, another great save and contesting on towards Johnny, who we have seen, again, every single involvement on the goals in the last game, Johnny was there for, and the defense is there to match. They're getting these easy touchouts, they're getting these clears down the field. As soon as they get that touch, it turns into goal down their way. Nightmare, though, almost gets a double touching pass from Random.
Yeah, Random and Nightmare working on that give and go, certainly setting up some nice plays here. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite finish that one. And now Johnny on the counterattack once more. Can't allow him to get up into the air like that, looking for the flip reset, but Randoms does exactly what they need to do. They get up early and they find that challenge, get the steal as well. And now Nightmare standing in front of the net will get bumped away as well. Riot can't find a touch. It's all up to Random, who will buy some time here for the team.
Some time, up some space. Random, almost a 1v3 play. The teammates are there for a little bit of cavalry backup. Fortunately, this time, the Cavalry will have to back their way on through towards the defensive side. The Cannons coming out to send it down the field. Johnny and Co pushing up towards that wall. Random, some really good touches here in this third game in the decider with 2 minutes left to go. Johnny's carrying out once again.
Johnny out once again, finding a big demo as well. The explosions, the car parts scattered amongst the field. On the counterattack, Random with a dirty shot, but Johnny comes out of nowhere to find an even more beautiful save, and Johnny has been absolutely relentless. Riot will finally extinguish that flame, but what a menace has Johnny been out here on the pitch today.
Johnny's been doing everything, offense, defense, there for the entirety of it. And I gotta say, there's Johnny again. You mentioned the name, getting the ball right on back up and looking for the passing play. Random is not gonna let you have those so easily. A minute 30 left to go here in game number 3. The charge down the offensive side. Another good clear towards the corner. Random did steal away that corner boost though, so could possibly be a play. A couple little bit of offensive double commit. Hunter's going for the play, but it's actually just a dump on in to give it to the teammates.
Now Random into that corner, looking to carry outward. Unfortunately, finds the pass across midfield. You have to be careful sending it across the middle of the field, and this is exactly why. Johnny, Pinjamin both looking to find that read, and Pinjamin with the takeaway and the goal. The Shark comes out as well. Now up 3-0 with 1:10 left on the clock.
That's a really, really nice cushion. I mean, 2 goals, not a very comfortable lead against this Winber squad. Penn Trafford able to add another, and not only that, you can see how well-rounded they are. Every single player here for Penn Trafford able to pick up a goal, able to, be involved here on one of the goals for themselves. So 6 shots on the game. We'll see if Winber can score 3 goals down in this low seconds.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be tough to do as they've had trouble scoring, but not this time. Nightmare will chip one in to find the first goal and maybe ignite, be that spark to ignite the flame here for the team. 44 seconds is not a lot of time, but it is enough time to find 2 goals.
They always say 10-second rule. As long as you've been practicing those plays, if you can win some kickoffs, anything is possible. The Winber offense starting to find itself, a Nightmare especially starting to find their position. Random, the double demo, car parts flying everywhere, and the mechanic making sure they get paid for their work. 30 seconds left to go. Winber aggressing once again, but Johnny got a 1v1 down the field that Random will clear away.
Yeah, nice clear from Random. Unfortunately, time is ticking away, and these long, booming plays just eating up so much more of the clock. But in front of it, Random finds the goal. Now just 1 away from getting the equalizer. 16 seconds on the clock. Can they do the unthinkable and bring it back and send us off to overtime?
Boy, if you got horses, you better hold on to them here. 16 seconds left to go. An opportunity and a one kickoff here for Winberg. Johnny and the rest of the company here need to play some really good defense. They're just going to hold on to it for now. Nightmare going to win a 50-50, sending it down the field, giving Random an opportunity. The play, the opportunity in front of the net. So many demos, but Johnny holds on to this one, sends it far, sends it wide, and Random sending it up to the high ground. One more opportunity from Johnny and the rest of the squad. Penn Trafford fighting on the Rule Zero and allowing themselves to score another goal.
What a heck of a series and a heck of a game as well from Winberg to battle back again. It really speaks volumes for these students to not let it affect their mental when you're down 2-0. Winberg went out there and just fought with their hearts. And again, they played very nicely in game 1 and in game 3. Very, very close games, whether the score reflected that or not. But at the end of the day, there can be only one winner. And we talked about consistency being key. And Penn Trafford certainly had the consistent plays throughout the 15 minutes here today.
They did. I mean, their offense backed by Johnny and the rest of the team. You saw in that last game as well, everybody getting involved, like we said, on a goal. Everybody starting to find that offense. But Johnny specifically, I mean, the saves, the passes, the offense created, and the really good offense that just let them rack up the score in those games and just make it an insurmountable lead. Winberg really, really fighting there at the end and put their heart on their sleeves. I'm excited to see how Winberg keeps on fighting because, man, if they play the rest of the season like they played in that last game, they might be going places.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Had they played, like they played in game 3 throughout the entire day, we might have seen a different outcome or even in going into a game 4 or 5. But, it just took them kind of a little too long to really click together. But, I think they have a new member on that roster as well. It does take some time to build that team chemistry. So, again, it's always fun watching these teams develop throughout the regular season, watching them grow and continuously get better. But, Penn Trafford able to grab the dub today. We are going to drop down to Division 2, though, here in a minute. We've got Central Cambria taking on Gateway. With that being said, guys, we do need to take a short break. So grab your snacks, grab your drinks, but don't go too far. When we come back, we've got more Rocket League action.
And we're back, still here at the TEC High School Series week number 3 of our regular season. Tuesday, Rocket League action still coming at you. 1 series done and 2 more fantastic ones here to go. Hot sauce, I mean, a fantastic series number 1. And now we get to hop down to see D2 action.
Yeah, Central Cambria going to be taking on Gateway. Central Cambria, another one of those newer schools in the addition here. Currently 0-2 on the season, taking on one of the staples of TEC, Gateway, who are 1-0. Pop Puke, Sergeant Cooligan, definitely a couple of names that we're super familiar with as well, lost amongst the mix. So Gateway has one of those rosters that is pretty much completely returning this year. So that team chemistry has been built over the last few seasons. Already undefeated on the season thus far. We'll see if they can continue that run.
See if that undefeated streak continues as we hop on into our game 1. Central Cambria over in the red and Gateway over in the green. Some nice Christmas colors for us, and it's pretty much Christmas because we get to watch some amazing high school Rocket League here up in the booth. Either way, I'm excited to see how this game number 1 does go. You talked about not only Gateway, they've been a staple, but also their offense always seems to bring it out early. However, the bumps and all that pressure from Central Cambria has given them some opportunities.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a little bit of confusion down there in front of the net. We know those first game jitters can take effect sometimes. We'll look to see if they can kind of settle down and get into the gameplay that they're used to. Right now, though, Central Cambria just swarming like a stack of angry bees around this net, trying to find a way in. But they will find the defensive stop. Lost will continue to pressure on. But both of these teams kind of playing simple fundamentals right now, just feeling each other out at the moment.
What game number 1 is all about. You know, show a little bit of your playbook, but make sure at the same time you're trying to figure out what your offense of your opponents is trying to put on board. There's going to be a bounce off the backboard and no early goals in this first minute. You know, this one is going to be a close game for sure. Ana Beams almost puts that 1v3 on board. However, the defense, the rotations, you can tell the communication from Gateway is there.
Yeah, the communication, the rotations, we've seen it time and time again. We're going to see if they can kind of capitalize on this opportunity in front of the net once more. Cart, the booming clear. Pop Puke goes up to find the stop, has a little help in the backfield and looking for the play after the play, finds a double demo as well, but all the action still happening down on the other side of the field at the moment.
Action, lots of back and forth. The bump out of the sky. Eaton Carts wanted to take them out of the play, and that they did. Lost, though, is going aerial. Backboard, double touch, not there for them, but maybe the teammate flies over their head, and Lost has to recover. Lots of boost to work with in the tank, but bouncing back towards the middle of the field. Hot Sauce, such a close and back and forth first game.
Yeah, both of these teams looking very evenly matched at the moment. Many mangoes will go by this one. Is shot toward the goal. Lost finds the save. Cooligan looking to pressure out now into the corner. Driving forward as well, but Eaton Carts will steal it away off the backboard. Can't find some help, but finds a big demo to help open up the back of that net there. Unfortunately, they can't capitalize on the opportunity, and Gateway looks to find a counterattack of their own.
Counterattack, so critical from Gateway. We've seen it strike before, not yet in this game. It has been all defensive, feels like, and for Gateway, they actually haven't recorded a shot, but they've had some really good opportunities. This is another good one. The double touch, it looked like, was going to be a creation, but it was just actually a passing play. Pop Puke has to keep this one away from their opponents. The boost is going to be stolen by Eaton Carts, popping it dangerously in front of that paint area, right in front of the net, but the defense of Gateway prevails again. The counterattack is there. Sergeant Cooligan towards the backboard. The shot goes a little high. Pop Pukes does not. All 3 players to get Gateway the first goal.
Yeah, Cooligan right there off the top post. We see Pop Puke coming on to pop it on in. A nice little bounce shot over the head of the defender to give them the lead. Up by 1, 2:02 on the clock as Central Cambria looks to battle back.
Cambria got to battle back here in the rest of this time in this game. They've showed some fantastic offense. However, Gateway really good start to this game, and gotta say, I'm surprised this is Division 2 Hot Sauce. We're seeing some crazy good plays, some crazy good offense, and that communication once again connects for Sergeant Cooligan.
Yeah, Sergeant Cooligan bringing the razzle-dazzle as he makes the moves, finds the flick over the head of the defender to put it into the back of the net. Up by 2, Gateway looks to put a statement here on game number 1. We'll see if Central Cambria can battle back. 143 again is plenty of time in a game like Rocket League. If they can just find a demo or a bump to help open up that backfield a little bit, they could maybe find some success here, but Gateway doesn't seem to be slowing down now.
See if they can speed right on back up. We'll see if they can match that speed. Gateway, like you said, just really starting to build up a nice lead for themselves. It is only 2 goals, and that's the nice thing for Central Cambria. You score 1, you're already halfway in, up the post. Lost puts it in. The defensive mistake causes Lost to have a nice open shot.
Yeah, he's just kind of coming out from that goal there. Just right place, right time. A little cherry pick action. We see Eaton trying to come the way out, but just a nice subtle finesse on the ball to find that 3rd goal. And again, just kind of helping to continue putting that statement here on game number 1. It was very, very close throughout those first 3 or 4 minutes, but Gateway has really stepped up the pace here.
Shot accuracy has been there. Gateway starting with the 0 shots throughout the first 2 minutes has now 6 and 7 recorded on the board. Gateway up to those 3 goals as well. Central Cambria, their offense has still been there. Their defense has been there to match as well. The triple come in. Every single player from Gateway goes up, but every single one of them puts a touch into the net.
Yeah, I mean, normally this is a no-no, right? But honestly, I absolutely love it. It just goes to show you how hungry this team is to score. Everybody has the ability to score as well. And, triple commits, you don't want to see them, but if you do see them, at least they score the goal. You know nothing bad's going to happen. So in this case, it does work out in their favor.
I like it. You get the little bit of team hug up in the sky. You get everybody going towards the net, and it works out their way. So the 4th goal is going to be feeling good. What's not feeling good is this bouncing ball right in front of their defensive net for Central Cambria. They're pushing forward on this offensive side. 30 seconds left to go. Bouncing down once again. Sergeant Cooligan and the rest of the company here have to try and play the offense. Man, so close to getting it on in there.
Yeah, this Gateway too. I mean, this looks like a Division I team to me. They're playing very, very well together. I mean, we've seen Pop Puke dominate time and time again throughout the last 3 or 4 seasons as well. But really just putting on a clinic here in game number 1. And what started off as a close game, I felt like once they scored that 2nd goal, they just really turned and burned and never looked back.
Burning and putting on the accelerator here. Gateway able to rack up 5 goals in this first game, and it might even be another. Sergeant Cooligan, Pop Puke, they got some demos. They got some extra pressure here on the back half of this game. 0's on the clock, however. Maybe one final one. Got to play that rule 0 if you can, but off of that side wall, I think this one should just be able to drop, but now they're keeping it up. They're playing the rule 0 to the best of their ability. That's what you like to see from some Rocket League players. We'll see if maybe Gateway can get even another goal.
Yeah, trying to work it down off the sidewall. Cooligan able to keep it up into the air for a little bit longer. Has some help from the opposing team as well, but the ball will finally settle, and Gateway will take game number 1 in this best of 5. And again, just really showcasing that teamwork. We saw a lot of great passing plays. We saw that triple commit where they all went up and slam dunked the ball as well. And I mean, nearly all of them getting 3 shots. I think Sergeant Cooligan had 4 as well. So everybody just getting involved on both the offensive side and the defensive side of things here.
All of that well-rounded nature able to pull the first win here for Gateway. However, I will say that first 2 minutes, it seemed like they were playing a little bit slower, a little bit more reserved. They were trying to figure out what Central Cambria was throwing at them. At the same time, for Central Cambria, they had some good offense of their own. It's only the first game out of the series, possibly 4 more to go. Central Cambria right off the rip, long range shot from Mini connects.
Many mangoes off the kickoff, and just a beautiful booming shot off the ceiling, just right into the net. And you could see the defense trying to get back in time, but there was really nothing they could do at that point. And if you're Central Cambria, this is exactly how you want to respond. You come out, you find that early goal, use this momentum to continue to push forward here.
Is going to keep on doing that. After scoring the goal, they win the kickoff. They're putting on the pressure on the back line. The steal away from Eaton Cards. The demolition leaves it right in front of the net. A whole new Central Cambria offense born between that game number 1 and game number 2. They have absolutely came to play here. Eaton Carts is going to lead this one for the defender.
Yeah, we talked about how, those game 1 jitters can be a real thing, or sometimes teams are just kind of feeling out their opponents and seeing how their opponents play both on offense and defense. So Central Cambria making those reads, making the correct adjustments thus far, and again, coming out with a nice lead here early as they continue to find pressure down here on the Gateway side. Mango's looking to come in and find the bump at a minimum, and Carts will take this one away, keeping the opportunity alive, circling back, but it's actually Pop Puke who gets there first, and Mini Mango's looking to find the booming clear.
Gets the clear on down the field, trying to get back towards that offensive side. Mango's already has that first goal. Lost, puts an actual shot. I thought it was going to be a pass. A nice clear away though. Good save from Anna Beans. Open net down the field. However, the defensive rotations have just been so good from Gateway. Able to get back. Again, another slow start to the game, it feels like. But however, we remember they were ramped up in game number 1. They were able to get their offense going quickly. Crossbar and down. Sergeant Cooligan the second touch. The third to Pop Puke, and the defense says no from Central Cambria.
Yeah, great job by Central Cambria to hold strong and steadfast there at the goal line. Unfortunately, Gateway looks to not be done yet. Shot after shot, the relentless firing squad looking for an opportunity to crack the vault here of the defense, but they are being absolutely relentless as well as Stone Cold Wall. Mangos fires from midfield, and Cooligan somehow gets back in time to find the save.
I mean, a fourth of a second too quick, or that is a goal for sure. And this is a goal lost, even though 2 defenders jump on up. The accuracy is absolutely there. Sergeant Cooligan backs off of the fake, and the shot from long range connects.
And this is how quickly momentum can change, right? We saw many Mangoes down there, and Crew almost finding a second goal, almost being up 2-0, and then on the counterattack, Lost with a beautiful shot, now tied up 1-1. The momentum could be shifting here. Gateway looking to capitalize. We'll see if Central Cambria can keep playing strong.
That creativity, we'll see if Central Cambria can try and find a way to deal with it. They've been playing strong, and they did have that early goal, so it's not the end of the world that you drop that one. The game is still even. However, the series is not. You've got to remember, Gateway did win that first game for Central Cambria. You cannot let this second game fall their way. You don't want to be in that reverse sweep position. You want to try and equalize out the series if possible. They're looking strong. They're playing some good defense, and a nice clear down the field might start some offense.
Yeah, certainly playing much better here in game number 2 thus far as Pop Puke will fire a shot. Anna Beans does find the save here, and it continues to find another defensive stop tucked into the corner, but relentless as Gateway once more. The opportunity up into the air, and Cooligan just barely flies by this one. Maybe just a little too much speed in the fast lane there as Cooligan looks for a second chance opportunity, and Gateway again just does a great job of maintaining possession down here on the CC side.
Possession, a lot of boost control. It's what they are known for. Gateway, the staple of the TEC high school series. It's going to be bouncing across their defensive side now. And all that possession, it was nice. All those shots were nice. However, you didn't score on that trip down. It's still tied up here, and Central Cambria has really dealt with this offense so well. The clears down the field, the offense of their own, and possibly creating something here for Eaton Carts. If you let Central Cambria retake this lead for Gateway, you might not have enough time to get that response.
Yeah, you know, and everybody and every team has their own play style, but sometimes you have to make adjustments and kind of adapt to your teammates, or to your opponents, excuse me, and that's exactly what Central Cambria has done from game 1 to game 2. They've made the proper adjustments, they've made the right adaptation, and they continue to attack this ball. Still tying up at 1 here with a little less than a minute to go, but Central Cambria knocking at the net once more.
They are so close. They are not only knocking, they are trying to barge their way on through, because 45 seconds left to go. We talked about this is one of the awkward stages of the game where if you let a goal in, it could possibly be the last. Pop Puke has to carry this one out with minimal boost. Anna Beans has done a really good job of getting in the faces, winning the 50-50s, and continuing their own offense. However, with only 30 seconds left to go, it's going to be one possible final push.
One possible final push, or maybe some more in overtime if we are lucky enough to be blessed with that extra free rocket lead. But Carts at the midfield, just 14 seconds on the clock. A long booming shot from Lost. Anna Beans has to go up, does find the save here as well, but the pressure continues. 2 into the corner. Cooligan looking for a touch of their own. A double commit from the defense. Now in front of the net, the ball looks to fall, and it somehow doesn't break the plane. And now we have our overtime.
I mean, if there's 3 more seconds on the clock there, that one is rolling its way on in. But the defense, once again, from Central Cambria steps up, sends it to the ground, and now we get blessed with overtime. We were talking about the presents at the beginning of the game because it is Christmas here to watch this series, and now we get to see an overtime. We get to see these amazing teams go into this golden goal territory, and Central Cambria putting on an offensive showing right at the start of it.
Yeah, looking to tie the series up here. Central Cambria has came out swinging here in game number 2, but as we know, that golden goal, it only takes one here in overtime. And Pop Puke lingering outside, looking to find that for his team. The defensive stop comes in once more, and both of these teams battling it out. The pinch nearly goes their way. Now a second chance opportunity, but the defense finds the stop once more. What a crazy series of events.
Oh, so much back and forth. You saw the bump, you saw the great shot, you saw the steal away. Everything was going Central Cambria's way. Now they got to play some defense. Mango will send this clear. Does this just go on in? No, there's some defenders up in the sky to protect that airspace. Central Cambria putting everything out on this field. The back pass as well, a little bit dangerously far forward. Don't want to make that mistake and overstep here late in the game. However, Gateway on the back foot here in this overtime.
Yeah, Gateway now on the attack here in front of CC's net, but they are able to find that booming clear. And now the counterattack in the other direction once more. Pop does pop it up into the air, but not as much mustard as they would like. A secondary booming shot from a distance, just a hair wide and to the right as Cooligan looks to continue the attack. Lost, tries to drill it on in, but the pressure is not there. And again, Central Cambria coming up with some huge stops.
Defense has been there. They've been there to match Gateway's offense the entirety of this second game. I also love to see that transition up the field for Central Cambria. Now going to play some more defense, and lingering right in front of the net. Lost has got a shot. Denied once again. Anna Beans, the 5th save recorded for them here in this game number 2. They're going to turn it upfield. Already 2 minutes of extra time recorded on this clock. Lost is going to go up high, go up towards the backboard, but Mangos has another save. The relentless saves from Central Cambria. They just do not stop.
Yeah, the defense has been playing absolutely on point to keep him here in this one, as we see Gateway once more trying to find a way to crack the code. The counterattack not quite there as Cooligan coming in with the speed over the head of 2 defenders. Now 1 to beat. The pass is there. The shot a hair wide and to the right as Lost cannot quite connect, but they are not done just yet. Still into the corner, pressuring forward. 2 defenders here in front of the net, standing true, standing tall, continuously finding these stops somehow as they'll find one more clear.
Luckily, they got that clear. Anna Beans able to pick up their own corner boost. You saw the relentless nature of Gateway and that ability to just steal away the boost. Another shot from Lost, who, by the way, has 11 shots just themselves here in the game. Not able to score other than one of them. This one, though, almost going in. The back foot save. Eating Carts makes it happen. And 3 minutes of absolute defensive masterclass will still continue from Central Cambria.
But it's only a matter of time as they continue to shoot shot after shot after shot. And finally, they will get one to fall. 3 minutes and 21 seconds into overtime. Gateway able to secure game number 2, but hats off to Central Cambria for the adjustments that they made from game number 1. A phenomenal show out here in game number 2. And honestly, I thought it was going to go their way. Unfortunately, it didn't. We'll see if they can battle back here in game number 3.
Gotta battle back. Gotta start that reverse sweep. And it's crazy that Lost was able to get 12 shots in that game. But it's even crazier that Sergeant Cooligan scored more points than them. The goal, the saves, the shots, the extra touches and plays that Cooligan was using to set up their teammates was all there. And now we go into this game number 3 where Central Cambria, they're looking fired up. I mean, from game number 1 to game number 2, all of those adjustments, like you mentioned, they have been made. We get to reset the scores, add 5 minutes once again, and keep playing on.
Yeah, and it seems like Central Cambria just continuously gets better with each passing second in these games. So we'll see if they can continue to power forward here in game number 3, or if Gateway won't be able to get out the brooms and close it in sweeping fashion. Right now, the ball in a dangerous position in front of the Gateway net here, but they will find a defensive stop, continue to pressure out. But Eaton Carts finds a way to keep this drive alive, but not for long, as Lost will find the booming clear.
Another clear continue down the field. Feel like for Central Cambria, they need to be a little bit careful about these continual offensive possessions from Gateway, where they're able to get shot after shot, where they're able to just hold on to the offensive side of the field. You need to make sure you're getting those clears, and this one not going to be able to be cleared. Pop Puke beats the only defender there, right side post shot, and it's going to be that first goal for Gateway.
Yeah, life in the fast lane. Pop Puke is just hauling up the field here, finds a beautiful shot over the defender. They couldn't quite get up in time to find that stop, and now it's Gateway who comes out with an early lead. Again, looking to get out those brooms, but they're going to have to continue this pressure for 4 minutes. We've seen a lot of great attacks from Central Cambria. I think the big problem is once Gateway gets it down here in front of that net, they just get so many opportunities, shot after shot after shot.
It really feels that way. And especially Lost, too. Like we said, had that double-digit shooting counter all their own in that last game. It is going to be a post shot that brings a little bit towards the left side, not exactly going on in the way the Gateway would have wanted it. However, they are turning up the offense. They are giving no space, and they are making sure to put on the pressure. Central Cambria showed some really good offense when they could get that clears. Pop Puke had to be that anchoring player, the third player to make that save. I mean, Central Cambria was flying down the field there.
Yeah, they were definitely flying down the field, but again, it's Gateway here who has these great rotations. They're doing a great job of that boost management, consistently circling back to midfield and keeping this ball in front of the Central Cambria net. Cooligan with a shot, Lost with a shot here as well. Now on the back pedal, we see Cooligan able to get to the sidewall and find, again, a little extra help, but now Central Cambria firing down toward the net, but there's that big booming clear once more. Only one defender to beat, and they will find the stop somehow. Lost will retaliate with a big demo.
It's always somehow. I don't know how this defense of Central Cambria keeps on doing it. Absolute wizards on the sticks, able to make save after save after save happen. I'll just see if they can get this one cleared down and maybe create that offensive of their own. You mentioned the rotations from Gateway. They're just sticking down the field. They're able to take so much of that midfield boost time and time again that allows them to have a lot of these opportunities. A nice little demo there from Cooligan. A try at the 50-50 steal, but it's Central Cambria's defense once again prevailing.
The defense coming up with the stops, with the saves. Again, they've done a phenomenal job on that side of the ball, and they've done great on the offensive side as well. Just can't quite seem to get as much opportunities as Gateway. We'll see if they can change that here in game number 3 as they continue to press toward the net here. Karts will go over the top just a little too far. Now one defender in that backfield. We see Karts on the back pedal as well, but Mangoes will find the save. Can they get the clear though? As Pop Puke again, just always at midfield and always keeping this ball down here in the Central Cambria territory.
Puke has had a fantastic game for themselves, and Lost is going to steal this one away. Eventually, they just break down the defense. It takes just one mistake in the double commit for Lost to recognize an open net. The second goal here for Gateway. It took a ton of work for them to keep on pestering and building and trying to create some offense, but finally they connect.
Yeah, now up by 2, it helps to give them a little bit of breathing room, that little extra cushion as they continue to play their game, though, and that's exactly what they should do. It's been working the entire time. Sometimes teams like to fall back into a little bit safer defensive stance, but they've been playing and executing their play style so well that I don't see any reason for them to not continue to do so.
Tend to agree. We'll see if that play style can continue. If they can keep up this offense, they're going for a little bit more aggressive plays as well. They're seeing that the communication, the trust is 100% there for Central Cambria, but if you take out one of those players, if you bump, if you demo one of them, all of a sudden things can be created. Sergeant Cooligan has to be the last player, save that big booming clear. That's the danger as well of stepping this far forward. You see Central Cambria, if they can get some of these clears, they could start to score actually really easily. Only 60 seconds left to go, and Central Cambria's offense needs to find some.
Yeah, you know, they've got a little bit of time left here, but they've got to start piecing these shots together. They haven't been given as many opportunities here in game number 3 as Gateway has just been relentless, just flooding them left and right on their side of the field. We see Karts trying to settle this one down, trying to get the bicycle to send it to the other side, but there's just not enough mustard from Lost to Cooligan, finding the shot. Mangoes with a save as well, and now just 30 seconds left on the clock. Time is ticking away for Central Cambria.
We half of a minute left for them to find the net here down the field. Another good post-ringing shot. Another one falls as well. 2 in a row, down to 15. And the crossbar, the woodwork, the most valuable post, whatever you want to call it. That fourth defender of Central Cambria putting in absolute work. The bounce down shot here, the waterfall into the hands. The boost is stolen away, but it doesn't matter. Gateway able to put the pressure on all throughout this game. Double-digit shots again, and they are going to be the victors.
Yeah, I mean, Gateway takes it in sweeping fashion, but honestly, Central Cambria played lights out in games 2 and 3 as well, so certainly should hold their heads high. And I know it's tough to take another loss on the season, but we saw a lot of skill out there. We saw a lot of great rotations, phenomenal communication as well, and that defense was just absolutely insane. I mean, save after save, but at the end of the day, it's Gateway who does clutch it up in a 3-0 fashion. They'll go to 2-0 on the season, as that'll wrap it up for at least Division 2 for us today.
Wrap it up for Division 2. And I said it at the beginning of the series, but both these two teams, they've got some bright futures ahead of them. Crazy to see this much skill, this much communication down here at the Division 2 level. But speaking of teams with great communications, how about the defending champions, Pigby and Forest Hills Hot Sauce? We get to see them next.
Yeah, we're going to jump back up to Division 1, and we have a treat for those of you watching. I mean, Franklin Regional, another brand new school this season who has been playing very, very well, but Forest Hills is no joke. They've been the returning champions for the last few seasons as well. Pigby continues to be one of those top 500 players in the world as well. So we have an absolute treat for you coming up in a few moments, but we are going to take a short break to get these players into the lobby. Don't go anywhere, though. When we come back, we've got some more exciting Rocket League action.
And we're back, still here at the TEC High School Series for our week number 3 of regular season action. Tuesday still, if you were wondering and don't have access to a calendar, that means we get to play some Rocket League. And it is still some Llama and Hot Sauce action up here in the booth. And Hot Sauce, we have talked about this championship for Still's team so much over the past few seasons, and now we get to see him here again.
Yeah, just another roster that really hasn't had any changes. Obviously, Pig B has been a huge staple, dominated the last few seasons, as well as continues to be a top 500 player in the world as well. So always fun to watch. Franklin, another one of these new schools coming in the mix, and they're 1-1 on the season. So certainly playing very well this season, especially for their first season in the league as well. But again, definitely going to be a tough game or a tough series for them here against Forest Hills.
Gonna be a tough one, but you never know. They might be there to surprise us. Of course, Big B looking for all that aerial control and what they bring to the table. But not only that, it's how Franklin tried to counter it. And immediately here, Franklin bringing the offense, putting it towards that left post. That is what we want to see. Keep up that consistency and some really good 50-50s, and you could win this game.
Yeah, I think when you're playing a team like Forest Hills, you have to be the more aggressive team. You have to try to go up and get those balls in the air, before your opponents. You have to find those bumps and those demos to help slow Pig B down as well. And as we all know, you cannot give Pig B a lot of space in the air.
I mean, that's just an impossible task inside of itself, slowing Pig B down, but they'll have to find a way to do it. Actually, some really good offense so far from Franklin across this backboard, and like you said, getting aggressive, contesting, and using the boost to the best of their ability. However, Pig B's got 100 in the tank, now down to about 30. Use it to get it across that backboard. Keeping possession is the most important thing. Forest Hills, yes, they have this crazy offensive player from Pig B, but they also play really well as a passing team, getting that offense, but a mistake on defense almost gives over a goal.
Yeah, now the big booming clear will lead to a counter attack, but looks like T Stray Spicy is there and waiting. Kotak from a distance coming flying through the air, but can't quite get the touch they need. And now we see Pig B looking to carry it around the horn. Gets by one defender, but can't get by the second one. And a lot of booming back and forth action here in game number 1.
Back and forth, and no early goals is a big surpriser here. Chungus69 puts it towards the goal line, dances it all the way across, but no goal there to follow. Big B gonna flip it over 2v1 down the field, but it's played super well by the defense. The saves after the saves, the touch after the touch here from the Franklin defense, but eventually Chungus will find their way through the air.
Yeah, great pass here by Pig B to help set that up as they find the tag team action to find the goal here as well. And honestly, I'm waiting for the Chungus to Fungus tag team action to happen, though. I can't help it. It sounds fun to say.
Love the little name change up to make sure that team is just having as much fun as possible. All of that defense from Franklin, it was so good to start out this game. However, I mean, Pig B is going to do that to you. Not only the aerial defense, but you're also talking about those fake plays, baiting the defender to say, okay, I'm Pig B, come up and contest me, and then giving it over towards the teammates. That's why Forest Hills is so good, is the communication factors.
Yeah, I mean, Franklin doing a great job to only hold him to 1 here, especially as we near that halfway point. They just got to get a little bit more firing on that offensive side of things. And again, I think, some of those bumps and those demos could help that. Pig B looking for a sneaky little play off the sidewall, but Quotag will find the stop and the save. Chungus, though, looking to make tough stuff happen here in front of the net as Pig B fires and Quotag finds a save.
Save, another defensive play, another couple of shots falling on through from Forest Hills, and I gotta say, only 4 shots in this game seems a little bit lower than I was expecting. Franklin only has the 1, but definitely has had that offense at the start of this game, transitioning it into now. Big B is actually gonna put this one wide open for the offense, and Quota GG ties up the game.
Yeah, we see Quota here coming in, and again, it looked like Pig B was trying to bang it off the backboard for a clear. Unfortunately, it waterfalls right in front of the net. Quota is going to capitalize on that one. They find the equalizer here and look to give Forest Hills a run for their money.
That's a mistake that we don't often see Pig B make, and you're probably never going to get that shot again here in the series, so take advantage of while you have this tied-up game. You've been playing some good offense, the recognition of this mistake, the passing play, and Pig B, can't make the defense happen. T Stray Spicy with the spicy shot makes the lead go their way.
spicy shot indeed. Hot heat. Fires to the back of the net. Pigby tries to get there in time, but Franklin Regional, who has 1-1 on the season, already here up from the GOATs of TEC, the returning back-to-back champions, Forest Hills, find themselves down by 1, and you're getting a little bit closer to that 1 minute 30 mark.
Closer towards the end of the game, and that offense, you can tell from Franklin, not only that intercept and the smart plays, the passing plays are starting to create themselves. Pigby trying to create some offense across the backboard. We know Pigby can score from anywhere and everywhere, can be that danger at your doorstep. With so little time left on the board, do not want to let an equalizer go through. Pigby's going aerial, doing Pigby things, leaves it for the teammate, but Quota GG gets a really good touch to get the clear.
Yeah, you know, the last couple of seasons, we've seen more and more schools come on board, and Forest Hills has dominated throughout these last few seasons, but Forest Hills already going to a Game 5 against another new school of Green, and now Franklin Regional looking to give Forest Hills a little bit of trouble as Spicy is feeling the heat, baby. What a beautiful play to find the goal and put their team up by 2.
I mean, this is a 1v3 here up in the air. The teammate is even there in case the save goes through. Absolutely glued to the car all the way through. Franklin able to increase their lead to 2 with just under a minute to go. Forest Hills, their offense has brought them 6 opportunities, but they've only been able to capitalize off of 1.
Yeah, you know, we saw a rare mistake from Pigby as well, and we really just see Franklin capitalizing on these opportunities. We really haven't seen Forest Hills in this type of position too many times throughout their history, but already here in game number 1, having a little bit of trouble. And as we say that, Pigby able to come in and secure a nice goal off of that pass from Chungus, but they have just 25 seconds to find one more.
A lot of time. It is going to be one more here for Pigby, though. A nice little shot for themselves and an opportunity. I mean, Forest Hills, you feel like always does have that opportunity. Pigby finding their first this game, looking for the second, diving forward, and Pigby's going to find it. Are you kidding me? They don't call him Big Beast for nothing.
Big Beast, he is indeed, and just like that, when things are looking grim, Pigby only needs a few seconds to find the equalizer and tie this one back up. Franklin has fought nicely here so far in game number 1, and they're surely not ready to let this one go. It could be a huge upset. They're able to steal game number 1 away here from Forest Hills.
Be an upset, but man, these passing plays, one after another, off the crossbar, right in front of the net, giving opportunities towards the entirety of this Forest Hills squad, and Pigby has come alive. Overtime we go here for game number 1. Franklin had the early lead. Spicy one away from the hat trick, Pigby one away from the hat trick, and both of these teams 1 goal away from winning this first game.
Yeah, you know, I have to say I'm incredibly impressed with the way Franklin Regional is playing here as well, though. Again, being in their first season of TEC is no easy task alone, and then going up against the staple, the powerhouse of Rocket League, Forest Hills here. And again, just playing very, very well throughout these first 5 minutes. Now they have an opportunity. The demo will come in as well and make it a double as Chungus is taking out cars left and right.
And then on the defensive side, and nice little demo plays. However, it's going to stay here on the offensive side for Franklin. These soft touches to keep it on in. The slow passing plays. Spicy has to go to the corner to pick up some boosts for themselves. Big Fantasy has to play this one in the corner as well. Lots of boosts for them. Diving down the field. The shot upfield for Pigby has to get aerial to stop it, but the play is not done. Spicy goes to the corner, leaving their teammate with a shot. The backboard persistence continues. Franklin on the offense and pushing for everything.
Pushing for everything. Can they find it? Knocking at the net once more is Spicy, but it's Chungus who finds the save to keep Forest Hills alive. And again, now continuing on with the demos. Pigby looking for an opportunity, trying to thread the needle through 2 defenders. Again, looking for that razzle-dazzle play, but Franklin Regional not biting. Standing true to the defense here and looking for a counter opportunity of their own.
Everybody looking for that counter. Everybody looking for that goal. 1:30 already recorded in extra time, and Franklin has put the gas pedal forward. The offense, the back and forth between these two teams, the fastest Rocket League that we are seeing here in game number 1. Quota almost able to pop that one in with another shot. Big B almost has that savior medal. The second save recorded, the clear down the field. Big Fantasy gets bumped out of the way, and the goal for Chungus 69 will give the game to Forest Forest Hills.
Ooh, what a close one. Franklin Regional nearly taking game one away. And it just looks almost 2 minutes of overtime. Forest Hills able to come out on top once again. As it took Pigby a little bit to get going here in game number one, but again, once this team starts firing on all cylinders, they play so well together. And yeah, we talk about how much skill Pigby has, but he's always looking to set up those passing plays as well. He's a very selfless player, even though he has the talent to do it alone.
Definitely does. That teamwork, the communication, it's something that Forest Hills definitely prides themselves on. However, Franklin, what a first game for them. They brought the offense. They found the mistakes. They found some great aerial plays as well. They were playing stylish out there in game number one. And Forest Hills, it had to take them overtime to beat you. It's only one game in the series. If you could bring it back, we could be in for a full 5 games.
Yeah, we saw Spicy with a lot of crazy shots and goals there. Quota really getting involved as well. Fantasy kind of being that third man role, keeping that ball alive around midfield. So Franklin Regional right now playing very, very well against these former back-to-back champs here. But as we know, it's consistency and you have to do it well for the entirety of the game. But luckily things have reset here in game number 2. Franklin Regional looking for another opportunity to take down the powerhouses.
Get that offense going early, and I think it is all about building up that lead and keeping it. We saw there late, Pigby was able to score a couple, and Pigby's extra effort, we will always talk about it. It's not only the aerial plays that he's known for, it's not only getting the first touch, it's moving and using that extra little boost to make sure the defense panics just a little bit more. Those touches are going to result here to leave it in midfield, it's still bouncing around.
Yeah, not only are Chungus and Fungus good at help setting up these plays, but they have been looking for the demos a lot here already in this series. We've seen a lot of double demos coming out in game number 1 as well. So really just kind of getting in the head of the competition, finding a bunch of these demos as there is another one. And it just kind of helps open up the field for Pigby to have some of that retail, that aerial space, and kind of have a little time to showcase those mechanical abilities.
Aided by the teammates here. Starting this second game off, though, neither one of these two teams has been able to score. We've seen opportunities, we've seen no shots actually recorded, and that's the real interesting thing. That is just like the start of the last game, where both teams, they've had opportunities, but not actual shots recorded, means that the ball isn't even getting close enough towards that net, even if we are considering them some opportunities. This one getting close, though, right in front of the net. Quota GG, able to get a nice clear away.
Yeah, now the pass off the sidewall from Chungus. Quota will intercept, drive toward. It looks like Spicy coming in for the shot, but unfortunately can't quite get the power on that one. Fantasy now on the back pedal will be able to find the touch here at midfield, but Pigby already on this one. The pass to Fungus off the corner, looking to pass to himself, but Spicy will read this one back across midfield in front of the net. An incredibly dangerous play that doesn't come back to haunt him this time, and now on a counterattack of their own, Spicy up into the air looking for the shot, but who else but Pigby to find the save.
He's doing everything, finding the saves, finding the defense, a little bit of mistouches there on the defensive end for Franklin, but it doesn't result in a goal. Everything is fine. Another half of the game gone without a goal scored. The lone shot being on Franklin's side, and a relatively back and forth game. You can tell these are two teams that want to be standing at that championship podium at the end of the regular season, but if you want to do that, you have to work through each other. You have to win this matchup right here. Taking a loss here at the start of the season, not something you want to do, especially Forest Hills. You don't want to allow them to equalize the series after you just took game number 1.
Yeah, I think Forest Hills has pretty much gone undefeated these last 2 seasons as well, so they're not really used to suffering those losses throughout the regular season either, but Franklin Regional certainly putting up a phenomenal fight here against the former champs, and Franklin Regional is 1-1. I'd be interested to know who they lost to, because if they were playing like this, I mean, this is some top-tier Rocket League.
They are playing towards the top, their peak of their mountain, but what they say, it's not actually their peak. They have so much more to go, so much more to climb here, and so much more defense to play. Off the backboard, the Pigby pass, red through once again. The defense, man, from Franklin. I don't think we've ever seen this. Anybody able to step up to these passing plays, step up to Pigby, and now with a minute 15 left to go, still no goals have been scored.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. Franklin just doing a great job of matching the pace, matching the energy here of Forest Hills as we see Pig B going up for the double tap. Can't quite connect. There's a wide open net in the backfield. A booming clear. Quota has an opportunity, has some help here at midfield, looking for the pass, but just too much mustard as it goes flying over the net. They try to pass it back, but again, just a little too much. And what was a phenomenal breakaway from Franklin Regional comes up empty-handed, unfortunately.
Oh, a back pass there goes to the crossbar. Like you mentioned, though, a really good opportunity. They were going for the three-man passing play. It didn't end up working out, but who cares? At the same time, you got some offense, you got some confidence, and with 30 seconds left to go, we could be looking at another overtime. The first goal of this game could be scored in extra time, unless one of these two teams has something to say about it.
No, we will see. Another overtime would not be disappointing on my end. Of course, both of these teams obviously want to close it out as quickly as they can, but we saw Pig B be really dangerous in the last 20 seconds of the previous game. They have to be careful here. Looking to go up in the air, but I think that was Spicy just knocking him off the ball before he can even get a chance. They're doing a good job of kind of nullifying or slowing down Pig B thus far, and had they had a couple more seconds, maybe they could have found a goal there, but here we are, game number 2, overtime number 2.
Late second offense there, not able to connect, but definitely put on the pressure. Overtime again. Open net here, opportunity, but it is a little bit, looks like a double commit in the air that forces that one to go wide. Forest Hills still continuing the offensive play. Big B up in the skies, looks for the passing drop-down play. Not this time. Franklin, they've got the reads, they've got their library cards secured, and they have everything in their toolkit to make sure they can win this overtime.
Yeah, Spicy with a nice flick over one defender, make it a second defender as well. Just one to beat, but the rotations are there for Forest Hills, and now back in the other direction. Bumps coming out everywhere on every side of the field, but Pig B will find the steal, the takeaway. Not enough juice in the boost to find the rest of it, though, as Spicy finds a save. Now up into the air, has help from Chungus. Unfortunately, it's going to be Fantasy again who finds that save here in a minute. Just overtime.
Extra minute gone, 6 minutes without a goal. The slow shot doesn't connect. The passing plays being denied, and Quota will breathe some life here into the defense, and it might just be a counterattack. Chungus possibly saving the game, gets the bump. The offensive play continues, and Franklin continues to show up here in this game number 2, wanting to equalize the series. Their offense is relentless. An open shot here from Big Fantasy, sliding to the left post, but Big B the steal away once again.
Yeah, unfortunately, Big Fantasy just didn't have much power on that shot. It was a nice opportunity that will go to the wayside, unfortunately. Spicy here at midfield fighting it out. We'll find the demo onto Pig B as well and looks to battle back. Quota, chip shot, cross midfield, the pass to Spicy, looking for the flip reset, can't quite get it. Has some help, but now nobody in the backfield. Wide open net, unfortunately, Chungus gets a little away from the ball, can't quite settle it, and the game will continue on.
We continue up to 7 minutes now without a goal. Both of these defenses have been able to step up, and the offense stepping up here once again. Franklin able to get these clears. The counterattack has just not hit in the opposing net just yet. Pigby trying to hit their own double touch. But once again, the reads. Franklin, every single time here on defense, they are waving their finger left to right, saying no, 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 and Big Fantasy leaves it for the teammates, but it's all the way safe again by Forest Hills.
Yeah, watching these new schools like Franklin Regional come in here and play so well against Forest Hills just continues to excite me for this TEC league and how it continues to grow and what it has to offer. Franklin Regional playing absolutely lights out right now. Love to see it. Would love to see him take game number 2 just to tie the series up. We love extra games of Rocket League, but both of these teams are playing very, very well. Pig B on the attack, but it will be knocked away to the wayside.
Team's been playing well. Pig B's been playing better. Who other than the lights out man himself? 7 shots in the game, and finally one falls his way towards the left post is the way they win it. Forest Hills now up 2-0 in the series.
He is a supersonic legend for a reason. A second overtime goal, a second win and now they just need one more to close out this series. We see the whole crew getting involved on that shot column. The demos from Fungus and Chungus combined are absolutely nutty, but look at Stray Spicy, six saves on the other sides of things as well. We saw a lot of great goals and shots from Spicy and Quota in game number one. They just got to get that kind of, we know the defense is there, right? We got to get that transition period for them to score those goals.
And they had some really, really good opportunities. Forest Hills forced to make a couple of crazy saves as well. Franklin really showing up here, and it's an entirely different story. If you win that game, it's back to even. Now, all of a sudden, you got to win 3 straight for Franklin. We've seen their offense. We've seen their defense. They just have to bring it all together. I feel like maybe they're missing just one piece of the puzzle, and if you can figure that out here heading into game number 3, Hot Sauce, we could be in for another long series.
Yeah, and again, I mean, to take Forest Hills to 2 overtimes anyway, I mean, that's just a huge feat on its own. They're not really allowing B and crew to have their way. We often see Forest Hills kind of flying through the skies and kind of just doing what they want at will. But, you know, Franklin has done a great job of helping control the pace, kind of keeping Pig B at bay the best they can and finding ways to score. They've kept these games incredibly close. Again, both 2 overtimes in a row, and it's just not something you normally see happening against Forest Hills.
Definitely don't. I mean, if anything, we often see the Forest Hills games go into shootouts, but Big Beast once again closing out games, opening games, and the aerial skill to match here. It is beautiful as Forest Hills take the lead.
Yeah, just a great display by Pig B, and, you know, kind of showing why we often talk about Pig B, because they have the talent to do so right there. And that's why we often talk about you can't give Pig B room or space, especially in the air. And if you do, he's going to come up with a phenomenal play and has a, you know, just an extra little spice to it.
Talking about spice, Spicy has been having a pretty good series of their own. I think that Spicy specifically has been doing a really good job of focusing down Pig B, denying that space. But you said it, you give him space at any point in the series, he's going to take that and score some goals. Only a minute gone is the good news for Franklin. They've got lots of time to score some goals. It's going to be Big Fantasy trying to work their way in off of a shot. Pig B, though, doing everything with a save recorded as well.
Yeah, I know a lot of times we see Pig B kind of leading that charge down the field, but I think Pig B maybe recognized something in this offense. We kind of see Pig B playing back toward the goal as he finds the double tap and the goal here on the counterattack. But that's kind of leading back to what I was saying, is we see Pig B playing a little bit more back and working off of these counter opportunities, finding that defensive stop and then picking it up and carrying it down the field. Certainly doing that here in game number 3. Forest Hills now up 2-0 as everything is starting to click for them.
They're feeling good, found their second goal. I think as well, you not only mentioned the counterattacks, but it's also just the patience and the play from Pig B specifically. He's totally okay just waiting for the goal to happen, but Spicy is going to find a goal of their own. Steals it straight out of the pockets of Pig B and puts it in 1v3.
Yeah, I absolutely love watching the Stray Spicy play. So much fun, so much talent, and a great addition here for Franklin Regional. Again, you know, I guess I sound like a broken record, but it's so much fun seeing these new schools come in, these new students and players out here showing us what they got. Franklin Regional certainly not disappointing here today. They played lights out. We'll see if they can bring it back, find another goal, and extend the series a little further.
Extend that series, and you know what, might sound like the broken record, but you know what they say, sometimes the broken record just keeps playing the best part over and over and over, and Franklin is playing their best type of Rocket League here. Only down 1 goal, the movement forward and this pressure on towards the back line, making Forest Hills feel all of every single one of their shots, feel the impact. Pig B, though, goes high under the crossbar, and Forest Hills doubles up on the lead.
That's a great by Chungus here. Great job by Chungus. They realize Quota's in the front, has to turn and make this stop, so doesn't really have to do anything fancy. Just bangs it off that backboard there. Knows that Pig B is going to be coming in, because, I mean, that's what Pig B does. He's always there for you, and certainly doesn't disappoint there. Able to capitalize on the opportunity, find goal number 3, that 2-point cushion favoring them now at the moment, but we are not quite to the halfway point. Plenty of time for Franklin to climb back in this one.
There's a a lot of time for them to climb back in. I will say a little bit different of a story. Shot there from Quota GG, not able to connect on the long range. Again, last game literally had to go to 7.5 minutes, including overtime, to find our first goal. Whereas in this one, we have already found 4. And 4 stills, that's just a great respawn goal as well. You talk about Franklin starting to feel that confidence now. 4 Stills is saying, we're still here to play. We're still here to create that lead. And by the way, if you weren't keeping track, Pigby also has a hat trick.
Yeah, a hat trick indeed. But, you know, if you're going to tell me that Pigby has a hat trick, I'm not going to act too surprised. I think it's a common thing, so to speak. But Spicy not ready to be done. Fires a spicy shot in. Pigby will find the stop. Fungus, though, on the counter attack with speed and fierceness. Life in the fast lane once more, as now they are up by 3.
So unfortunate there. So it was a triple commit on the Forest Hills low ground defensive side. Just that touch and the too far sent forward Franklin offense cost them another goal. However, they've still got tons of time, like we said, here in this game. It's just 1 goal. You got to keep pushing on forward. They already have 7 shots recorded. They've actually been out shooting Forest Hills here in this 3rd game. Just got to get that accuracy locked on in just like that.
Yeah, but I think that's why Pigby has been playing back more, right? We've seen 2 crazy saves there from Pigby, and I think Pigby recognizes how dangerous Franklin is. So playing back a little more, finding those defensive stops, and then working on carrying that ball all the way down the field, potentially through the air as we see Pigby up top once more. They're looking for the flip reset. The time to go for the pass this time. There's that selfless play coming into action, but now Spicy looking for an opportunity of their own, but they're going to have to score soon here if they want an opportunity, Llama.
They're going to have to score relatively soon. I mean, 10-second rule, you can say, does apply, and they've found the ways to score quickly. However, they need to really result or get some results. When Forest Hills goes for those passing plays, you need to find those reads. You need to intercept it and get that 3v1 down the field. We'll see if they can do it here in the final 60 seconds. It just looks like Forest Hills, their offense going forward, and Pigby steals away, gets the demo, and gets the 5th goal.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it once more. Just that pressure powering forward. We see Pigby finds the shot off the opponent's car, still goes in, gets the demo. There's the Phoenix, 5-1, and that most likely will be the nail in the coffin. But man, I am super excited to see what happens with this Franklin regional team. They have a ton of talent, super fun to watch, and I mean, they put on an absolute show here, especially in those first 2 games against Forest Hills.
They did. I mean, they put on absolutely everything. They had offense, and their defense specifically is something that I think we're going to be looking at for the rest of the entire season. Another one going there off the crossbar. Pigby, I think, did start the series a little bit slow, but found their groove. This shot, though, finding its mark, top right corner. Spicy with the accuracy.
Yeah, if you're not following the Twitter or the Instagram, make sure to do so, because you might just see that play right there in the top 5 plays of the week. Spicy just throwing it right in the upper 90. Again, a beautiful shot, a beautiful goal. Unfortunately, still down by 3 in this one, and Chungus comes back with a quick answer.
Back with the quick answer right off the kickoff. Chungus, just a nice little clearing play. And at this point, we often talk about hot sauce. You got to send everybody forward. If you are Franklin, you're just trying to score as many goals as possible. So not too surprising that play does happen.
Yeah, sometimes the final score might look a little out of hand because you do have to kind of, no risk, no reward type deal. You have to give all the risk, and unfortunately it does lead to goals at times. But again, Franklin Regional played absolutely lights out today. It's not too often we see teams take Forest Hills to overtime. So again, hats off to Franklin for playing phenomenal series of Rocket League. But in the end, Forest Hills is going to be able to grab the dub here today as they tag on 1 more to that scoreboard.
Out of 7. Love that lucky number 7 up there on the scoreboard. And again, a lot different of a game from that last one where Forest Hills was able to adapt it. And this is why they are such a good team. Congratulations to them. They will be able to win this series. But I mean, it's not only Pigby. It's not only their teamwork. It's their ability to adapt. And that's what a great team has to do, because there's so many different styles of Rocket League that you can play. Franklin brought a great one towards them. They had to adapt after those first and second games, brought to overtime in both of them, and end up with the dub here today.
Yeah, I mean, we even though we had a lot of sweeps, we had some crazy exciting series today. I mean, all these teams played very, very well. We saw Winburn and Penn Trafford go head to head. We saw Central Cambria nearly steal some games away from Gateway, who are the returning champs as well. And now we see, the returning two-time undefeated through both seasons champs struggle a little bit against Franklin Regional. So again, just a great day of Rock League, and all of these schools should be proud of how well they played today.
I think they really should. I mean, it was such a great day of Rocket League, and you were kind of wondering, Hot Sauce, this Franklin team played absolutely insane. Although it was a sweep, that definitely was not how it felt up to us. If you want to know what their two losses are, right now they're 1-2. Doesn't sound the greatest, but they've lost to Greater Altoona and Forest Hills, the number 1 team and possibly the number 3 team in different seasons. That is such a tough schedule to start out with, and they can learn so much, and I feel like the rest of their season might be a breeze.
Yeah, I mean, if they continue to play the way they've played against these two tough teams, in my mind, they're going to win out in the rest of the season as well. They certainly have kind of made that statement. Hey, we've come to play, and we're certainly in that top 5. Respect us, and they deserve that respect. They played very, very well today. It was a lot of fun, and again, that makes me that much more excited to watch them grow throughout the season. That much more excited for all the schools that we continue to add, and I know there's probably going to be more coming next season as well. So just I'm excited.
I am too. So much new talent. We got to get a peek into D2 as well and see all the rising talent as well between the teams. Lots of fun always here for Rocket League. Unfortunately, that was the last series of the day. Rocket League is done for today, but not done for the week. We've got some more Rocket League with the middle school series over on Thursday, and then we've also got Overwatch over on Wednesday tomorrow as well. You can tune in here or any of the other streams we do have. Lots of games going to be going on, and I'm excited. We're about a third of the way through this regular season. I'm excited to see how those playoffs shake up.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And speaking of the extra Rocket League, that might be all for us today, but we do have those other channels, TEC High School Group 1 through 4, I believe. So there's maybe plenty of more action still for you today. Unfortunately for Llama and I, that is all. As always, though, we do want to take a moment to thank everybody at home watching, the parents, the students, the teachers, the moms, the dads who come in and support. We certainly appreciate each and every one of you, as do the students as well. We'd like to thank everybody behind the scenes at TEC ManCan for always running this production smoothly. Again, thank you all for hanging out with us here today. We'll see you back here tomorrow around 2:45, guys. Take care and have a wonderful evening.